We gonna get a little recap going. I'm gonna start with the Clippers and Lakers game because that's the freshest one on my mind. The Clippers Lakers game was close the whole time. The Clippers had the lead basically the entire game. I think the Lakers only led very shortly at the beginning of the game. The Clippers had points in the game where they were up like 16, 17 points, but the Lakers continued to fight back. But the Clippers had answers every single time. The Clippers bench played amazing today. What's his name? Oh, sorry, Norm Powell, amazing today. Terrence Mann, amazing today. Westbrook, amazing today. All of their players that came off the bench, they did something impactful. Amir Coffey had a big fourth quarter. He made big shots for them. Daniel Tice and Mason Plumlee, the interior defense today was terrible. It was terrible. I mean, the Lakers had so many more offensive rebounds just from the fact that they weren't boxing out. Like, they were just standing there. Mason Plumlee had possessions where he was just standing there. I'm pulling up the offensive rebound stats right now. And, yeah, 13 offensive rebounds to 6. And they still lost the game. So, the Lakers offense in the second half, like, the Lakers could have won this game. What I'm trying to say is the Lakers could have won this game. They were without LeBron tonight. I forgot to mention that. Anthony Davis and D'Angelo Russell had a heavy dosage today, and they had the ball in their hands basically the entire game. Anthony Davis started really good. D'Lo had a good first and second half. Anthony Davis was a little bit slower in the second half, but that was okay for them because they had other guys that stepped up and made shots. Rui had a good second half. I thought he had a good whole game. Vando, it was a mid first half. The second half was good for Vando. Cam Reddish knocked down some shots. Taurean Prince knocked down some shots. I thought Rui Hachimura played a good game today. It just wasn't enough for the Lakers today. When we got to the fourth quarter, the Lakers offense was just, it completely flew out the window. I mean, AD, he would get the ball, he wouldn't even pass the ball, and he'd just throw up a dumb shot trying to get him back in the game. They had a couple more shots like that in the fourth quarter where the offense was completely stagnant. Nobody was moving at all, and shots were just put up, and none of them got made. So Clippers went ahead and were just like, all right, we're just going to take control of this game. We're just going to finish this up real quick. And they did. Kawhi started 7 for 7, an amazing first half. I know I'm talking about the second half now, but Kawhi still, he was amazing in the whole game. He had a triple-double tonight. He was making great passes. You don't see that too much from Kawhi, so whenever you do get a Kawhi triple-double, you got to win that game, and they did tonight. And this was a good win for them. Now, the Blazers and the Thunder game. This game was pretty back and forth. The Thunder dominated the first quarter and the third quarter. They closed it out in the fourth, and the Blazers took control of the second quarter. They dominated them. It was like 30-20 in the second quarter. Malcolm Brogdon was creating for them all night. Shea was dominant in the first half. Jdubs was huge for the Thunder tonight. The only reason they won this game. Jdubs 4 for 11 in the fourth quarter, plus the game winner. Chet made some big passes throughout the night. I thought that Scoot Henderson. Yeah, I'm going to talk about Scoot for a minute. Scoot Henderson had 12 points in the first half, and he takes a lot of shots that I think in time he will make. He's amazing at creating space for himself and getting his own shot and getting to the basket however and whenever he wants to. It's just a lot of those layups right now, a lot of those tough layups that he takes, they're not falling for him. But I think in time as he progresses as a player, those shots will start falling and Scoot will start looking much better as a player. He already looks great, but the shots just aren't falling for him. And that's the main thing about Scoot that people look at, how many shots he's putting up and how many he's making. The field goal percentage isn't great, but he is creating his own shot, which is good for the Blazers and good for his progression. OKC only made one three-pointer in the second and the third quarter. They didn't make one in the second. They made that one in the third quarter. You would think that this would be great for the Blazers to go ahead and just take control, but they went ahead and just dominated the paint. Thunder just dominated the paint. They had like 70 points in the paint to like 40 or something. I don't know exactly what it was, but it was a lot. Thunder couldn't knock down their shots, but close game. It was back and forth. Blazers had a 10-point lead at some point. Thunder had a 10-point lead at some point. It was back and forth. Game was tied a bunch. But then we get to the final like 4 or 5 minutes, and Shea and Jdub just finished it off for them. Anthony Simons he hit big shots, and Shea got a steal to end the game with 30 seconds left. Well, not to end the game, but to give them the opportunity to win the game. And then Jdub knocks down the shot, and that was game for them. Dupe Reith, I still can't say his name, no matter how many times I hear the announcer say it. Dupe Reith? A willing shooter, a great big man for the Blazers, rookie. I like his future for them. I think he's going to stick around for a good amount of time. He's going to be a good player in this league. Like I said, a very willing three-point shooter. Also, a great rebounder, gets to the paint, and does all the little things that you want him to do. Willing to go out and contest shots and play hard defense. Now, the Nuggets at the Pacers. The Nuggets offense didn't look great today. It's had much better days, but Jamal Murray dropped 30 and Jokic had a 30-point triple-double. So it didn't really matter what the offense looked like for them because they pulled it out. Jokic shot 5 for 5 in the fourth quarter, and he was 2 for 2 from 3 in the fourth quarter and hit a game-winning 3 for them, iced it. And there's not too much to say about the Nuggets for this game. They didn't play great defense. They played good transition defense, but in the half court it wasn't great. There are a lot of times where I was watching this game and I was like, the Nuggets could give a lot more effort right now. And then they did. And that's how they won this game. In the second half, they cared a lot more than the Pacers did. And the Pacers offense went more stagnant in the second half. They started playing really hard and they were passing the ball around really well. And I'm not saying that they didn't pass the ball around well in the second half, but the Nuggets defense locked in. Jokic, as always, played great defense tonight. The Nuggets' help defense is also one of the top in the league. I don't have a stat on that, but from watching, you can tell that they pay a lot of attention to the help defense, and it very valuable for them. If they don't have that extra help defense and they're just playing straight up one-on-one, they don't win this game. They definitely don't win this game. Miles Turner was cooking at some points for the Pacers. T.J. McConnell kept it alive in the fourth quarter. Andrew Nembhard played a good game, but it wasn't enough. In the fourth quarter, the Pacers' offense went stagnant, and they were kind of just putting up shots. Same thing with the Lakers, how they did earlier, where they were just putting up shots in the fourth quarter. The Pacers also kind of did that, but they had open shots. They just missed them. They went 0 for 5 in the last 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Miles Turner missed 2 or 3 of them. Aaron Nesmith missed 2 or 3 of them. And that's how the Nuggets lost. That's how the Nuggets won this game. Jokic iced it from 3, like I said, and I don't have too much to say about this game. Like that's really it. Pascal had a really good first half, super dominant in the first half, and he looks great in their offense. I can't stress that enough. He looks just perfect for their offense. They couldn't have picked up a better player for their future, but I don't know what to say. Like it wasn't a great game. So I think I'm gonna just end that there. I got a couple more notes. Benedict Mathurin played a good first quarter. The rest of the game wasn't great, but you like to see Benedict Mathurin play good. He's a fun player to watch. It was a gritty fourth quarter. The Pacers just made it work, and that's how they stayed in this game. I feel like I've contradicted myself a couple times, but I'm just gonna keep talking. I don't know. I still don't know. Like there wasn't a whole lot of things that stuck out to me in this game. It wasn't a great game. It wasn't the most fun to watch. I probably could have had more to say about the Knicks and the Nets game, but I didn't want to watch that game. I just watched the Nets play the other night, and it was just bad. I didn't want to watch that again. But I will talk about, and how I'll end this off, is I'll talk about what's happening outside of the games yesterday, what happened yesterday, that, people that didn't play. Adrian Griffin got fired. Milwaukee is happy today. We are happy as Milwaukee fans. I've been saying, I don't even know why we hired him in the beginning. I understand it's because Drew and Giannis wanted him there. Drew didn't play for us. He hasn't played for us all season. So we're 30-13. We could be like 35 and whatever, 35-8, but we're not, because Adrian Griffin he doesn't demand respect. Like, you look at him and he's just chilling. He's always just kind of standing there, sitting there. He doesn't yell too much unless Giannis or Dame starts yelling. He's kind of he's an assistant coach. I never could see him as a head coach. and he got the opportunity, and he kind of showed that he is a head coach. The best thing he did for us was to listen to Dame and Giannis and Brook by giving Dame the minutes he asked for, and by putting the defensive rotations and have Brook play drop coverage, and it helped, and it has helped. But I think it was time for us to go get a new coach, and the coach that we picked up was Doc Rivers. We wanted a veteran coach that has some stripes under his belt, but Doc Rivers has some good stripes under his belt, and he also has some bad stripes under his belt. The most 3-1 leads blown ever. The most leads blown ever from a coach. And the reason being is because it's the same thing with Mike Budenholzer, and I think one of the reasons why we fired him is his unwillingness to make changes. And I don't hate that. Like I just said the other day, I wish we still had Bud, because I like a coach that's kind of stubborn and, sticks with the game plan. If the game plan is this is what we're going to do, and we're not going to change it. And that's kind of what kind of coach Doc Rivers is, and I'm not upset about it. I'm really excited to see how it goes. So we'll check in a couple games, and we'll talk about it some more. But those are just my initial thoughts. Also, Terry Rozier. I said this in my trade video. If you haven't seen it, go watch it, because I said this. Terry Rozier has been traded to the Miami Heat for Kyle Lowry and a first-round pick. Most people in the NBA world thought that Terry Rozier was going to go to the Miami Heat. We didn't know what the package was going to look like, but Terry Rozier is a Miami Heat now. Exactly what the Heat need. The Heat needs somebody that's going to hold the ball for them and create a shot and pass the ball. Terry Rozier is averaging like 20 and 7 on good efficiency. So that's as good as it gets for them right now of who's available. So A+ for the Miami Heat. Kyle Lowry is old, not playing great anymore. That first round pick they don't care about because it's the Miami Heat. I'm kind of sad for Kyle Lowry that he has to go to Charlotte though, because dang, that's one of the greatest Raptors of all time. Just shipping him off to Charlotte to just sit there and not do anything and not compete for anything at all, barely be able to win games. But yeah, I'm gonna just wrap it up there. I really appreciate y'all's time today. If you stuck to the end, I really appreciate the sub. The last two videos got a good amount of views, but ain't nobody subbing. So if you're watching these, go ahead and sub, go ahead and hit the like, comment if you have anything to say, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace.